Hey, Mark Meldrum, Meldrum's Monster Garage, and we're here on day 2 of pulling the motor out of this 72 heavy Chevy. You know, these don't even say Chevelle anywhere on this car. I mean, the front part of the car, they took it off. The back part of the car, it is a heavy Chevy. That's what it is. So it's a cool car. I'm super excited to be working on it because, quite frankly, you know, here in the summertime, I expected to be putting together a 66 Chevelle convertible or a 68 Camaro, and neither one of those cars have materialized here in the shop. Even our 59 Impala is still at the interior shop. So when Mike and I talked about doing this project, I was like, yes, let's do this, because I'll feel like I've accomplished something in the shop this summer. It's just blowing by so fast. We were just in Maryland at the Maryland Chevelle show, and we had a fantastic time. And it was so fun to show off the LS670 Chevelle that Mike and Larry and I built, and of course Paul painted. And it was just a lot of fun. We got such positive response out of that car. People were absolutely going crazy over it. And I want to thank all my Meldrum Monster Garage fans who came up and introduced themselves and said, hey, I love the channel, keep up the good work. I really appreciate that. In fact, while I was in the trip to Maryland, I got a notification that we got over 1 million views in the lifetime of my YouTube channel. Now, I am no overnight success here. Been doing this for over 10 years, but 1 million views. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. I mean, that's just fantastic. And I try to put out content about working on Chevrolets and mostly Chevelles, and I hope you enjoy it. You know, we go to car shows, we do car restoration, and this is going to be a great potential series of videos that we're doing here. I'm going to try to break this up into sections so you don't have to watch it all at once. But we're definitely at a major section today with the motor and transmission coming out of the car. So I was super excited. You see that I had to bring over my cherry picker. Larry's got Mike's cherry picker over at his house and another engine stand. We got engine stands all over the place here, but we needed a fresh one. I mean, I've been working on that little 302 over there in the corner, DZ motor, and that's coming along a little better now. And I've been working on the engine stand. I don't know if you can see that right here. But anyway, that's been coming along too. I've been working on the dashboard. I don't know if you can see that over there in the corner. And we've been trying to tune up this 66 Chevelle convertible. It does not run that great. It starts up, moves down the road, but it has too much carburetor and it has a carburetor issue. So that's another thing we've been waiting on. We sent 3 carburetors out to get totally refinished and rebuilt, and those things haven't arrived. And one of the carburetors is for the 72 Corvette that we have stashed across the street right now. One of them is for this, gonna go on this 66 Chevelle. But anyway, speaking of carburetors, I couldn't believe it. You know, getting back to the 72 heavy Chevy, I always felt a little miss in the motor at high speeds. And yesterday I might have mentioned that there was 1 bolt missing on the carburetor. There wasn't 1 bolt missing. There were 2 bolts missing on the carburetor. Only 2 bolts holding that down to the intake manifold. But today I've and the carburetor off. I'm going to put my pivot on there. The pivot allows me to get different angles on the motor and transmission as I pull it out. I think I'm gonna have to, since I can't get my lift under this 4-post lift, I wish we had a 2-post lift. We got a nice new 2-post lift over in the Red Barn, but the Red Barn doesn't have all the tools I need. So We're gonna pull this down off the lift, and I get my cherry picker, and then we'll pluck the motor out, and I'll try to show you that on the video today. So I'm really excited today. I hope you can tell that. I was sick for about a week and a half. I had a terrible cold, and now I've got a lot of energy back, and the Guardians are out of town till Friday, so I don't have to go down to the ballpark. It's always a rush when I have to work here in the shop in the morning and then rush down in the afternoon, and I'm kind of dragging. But today I can spend extra time on this car. Maybe Uncle Larry will stop over and visit and help me out. But I'm a one-man wrecking crew today, and here we go. Okay, I think we're set to pull this motor out. I've let it off of the lift there, so I'm just at the edge of the lift because I'm gonna have to push it back on there. So I didn't want to go too far, and I don't have much room to move back because it's raining today, of course, and I don't want to fall off the lip out there. So what are the things you got to do? You got to disconnect your fuel line down there. Fortunately, we only have one fuel line feed. Disconnect your battery, disconnect your starter, and all the electrical wires that go along with that. We're going to put a new engine wiring harness in. I've got my pivot connected, okay? I've got underneath the car, I've got the drive shaft off of the car. I've got the transmission mount bolts out. I've got the cross member bolts out on this side and this side, just in case I need to push the cross member out of the way once I get things rolling here. And of course, I've got the water pump off, and of course, engine, you know, you're going to keep getting a little bit of fluids coming out of the motor. We'll do our best to keep that mess underhand. Once again, I've got all the vacuum lines disconnected. I don't have the header out because the motor needs to lift up a little bit more for me to get the header out on this side. I do have the header out on the other side. I have taken the distributor out because sometimes when you lift the motor up and you get it at an angle, the distributor wants to hit the firewall, and I don't want to break that. So let's see. I think that's about it. Got all the cooling lines disconnected, the radiator out. I don't have that pulley off. I hope I don't regret it, but it looks like we've got enough to move forward here. And I definitely have had this. I've got my lift all the way out on the end. Motor like this weighs in the neighborhood to 400 to 500 pounds, so half ton should do it. I do have a new piston I put on my lift last year, so that's nice. So I don't know, I probably missed a few things, but you get the general idea of what you got to have. Got to have everything disconnected. Inside the car, I've got that disconnected. Got the shifter lever off. Okay, I don't know if you can see that down in there. Got the shifter lever off, and all that's sticking up is the shift mechanism. So that's still on the car, and hopefully I won't have to take that off. All right, let's see what else. I had an oil pressure gauge here. Got that disconnected. Temperature sending unit, got that off the car. Yeah, I think we're free to go here. So let's give her a try. I'll probably put this on fast motion later, but wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like for pulling the motor. Okay, I've got it. I got it lifted up. It's not complete. It's off the motor mount on this side, but it's still sitting on the motor mount on the other side. I'm going to try to pull the header out. One thing to keep an eye on is on manual transmission cars, you got the Z-bar. So that's got to come disconnected, and it either can come straight up and out, or you can kind of pull the motor up and it'll slowly get disconnected. It's only it's only pushed in with the I don't know, like a little cup ball mechanism on the engine side, and there is a nut that comes off the Z-bar on the other side, but usually those aren't too tight, and it's in a U-shape carriage, so it's gonna pull up. All right, there you go. It's on the floor, and we'll deal with it from there. What we're gonna do is take the transmission off here. So we'll take these 4 bolts off and pull the transmission out, and then we'll pull the bell housing off the clutch, and then we'll get the engine on the engine stand. So that's the process right now. All right, there you go. Motor and transmission separated. So it's pretty simple. You just got four bolts back here on these tabs. You know, be careful with these tabs. You don't want to break them off. And it's a 3/4 inch socket to take those off, or open wrench. And then I just used a little tiny pry bar to pull it off, and it kind of slides out, and I've got the engine still on the hoist here at a little bit of an angle. Now I'm going to try to get it a little flatter here, and then I've got 9/16 bolts around for the bell housing that I'll take off. It's hard to do this and be your own cameraman, so I hope you don't mind that I skip a few steps here and there just to loosen some bolts up, but maybe you like to see the bell housing come off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, boy. So these wrenches don't have enough oomph to get them started, but once they break loose, they come quick. Housing, nice and greasy. Clean that up. Oh. Yay. Now we can see our clutch. We need to get that off. So we get some impacts and take that off. Here you go. Now you want to angle down too? Oh my gosh, you guys are so needy. Jeez. All right, you got the clutch mechanism here. You got the big, boy out. Got the big DeWalt boy out. Woo, that clutch material coming off there. That one over here. There we go. Whoa, look at that. Woo, look at the glazing on there. That's okay. Glazing on both sides. This clutch doesn't look... Oh, yeah, lots of slippage there. Looks, you can see this is pretty thin here. I bet the new... somebody's calling me. All right, so here's the flywheel now. And I don't see any grooves in it or anything, so I might be able to, just sand that down. Maybe I'll resurface it. We'll talk to Mike when he gets back. Boy, it's so hard to find a machine shop anymore. I mean, God, these guys that used to do brakes, they would resurface clutches and stuff. They're just not around anymore. And I know we had an engine builder that I used to deal with, Weber, and they're pretty much just automotive repair. But I think he might be able to do it for me. And then we've got a machine shop that has been doing heads for us. I'm not sure if they can do it. But two of our engine builders basically went out of business. So last time we used motor heads, they might be able to do this too. I don't know. Who are you guys using for machine shops? Let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate that. But yeah, we got a lot of grease and grime to clean up on this sucker. We need to get the wire wheels out and the oven bake. And next step for this baby is getting her on the engine stand. So first I'll take this off, and then we'll get her on the engine stand. The other thing I need to get this apart for before I ordered parts was I had to figure out, what size clutch is this. So looks like it's measuring 10 1/4 or so. I don't know. And I need to see what spline was here. So we'll count up the splines and then figure out how to get a clutch on order.